You know, one of the things that I'm noticing that is, I think, maybe a challenge for teachers is around how are we measuring quality in this environment? Yeah, you get a worksheet, it gets turned back into you, you mark it up, and does that mean quality? Like, how are we defining quality here? And what does that look like in this environment? Let me know what you think about it.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest challenges is as we look at what are things that we can do for students that are manageable, that can be done with a high level of independence, but yet still is qualitative work. And I think it goes back to what Tiffany talked about a little bit ago around prioritizing our standards. And I think when we prioritize what kids really need, then we can develop instruction that matches those standards that are really going to create qualitative experiences, right? Like, we don't want to get into a situation where remote learning means low rigor, low relevance, just because it's easy, right? It's almost harder in this environment, and we have to rise to that occasion, that if this is the standards that I need to prioritize right now, how do I still design those experiences so my kids can provide that quality? And I think sometimes what we need to do is we need to break that instruction up, right? And share with kids by Friday, this is the final product, but we're going to do check-ins each day of the week. Like Monday and Tuesday, this is part A, and then you're going to submit that. I'm going to give you feedback. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the second part, and I'm going to give you this feedback. So it doesn't become lots of little things that we're doing where it feels like maybe it's busy work, but it's really still getting deep into the content. And I think it's about designing those experiences. And so when we can design experiences that require high-level thinking and high-level relevancy, then I think we get that quality that we hope that we would get in a regular K-12 education environment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just keeping in mind what students are able to do and looking at that equity piece too. I mean, that's the tricky part in this environment, but trying to find those experiences are absolutely, I think, important, and allowing teachers. I mean, one of the things that, you know, I've had that conversation with teachers is like, it's okay to try something and maybe it's not perfect, but it's better to try something and to put it out there and let the students try it and give that experience than to not do it because you're afraid to try something new. And so I think as administrators, that's something that we can do, is to show our teachers kind of that grace and giving them that room to go out there and do something different, because this is all different. This is totally different than what anybody's ever really done before with this kind of timeline that we're working with.
I was having a conversation yesterday with one of my colleagues, and we were talking about, imagine what you could do if you weren't afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any of those inhibitions that I've been teaching for 20 years, and this is the way I've always done it. What is it? I don't know how to do this. That's scary, right? When we talk about quality, would you agree with this statement that student quality outcomes are directly proportional to the quality that's put into the lessons and the design and the plan? Those are directly proportional to one another. Yes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think there's definitely a strong correlation, right? Like, students know when the amount of effort that's been put forth for the teaching, because it then translates to the amount of effort I have to put forth as the learner, right? And so I think we fool ourselves if we think it's any different.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And that idea of, you know, you talked about the 3 buckets of teachers, ones that are really successful, ones that really desire to be successful and are willing to do the work to get there, and those that are hoping that this is a 2-week break from school and they're going to be back to normal, right? And so the new normal really does change as a result of this.